want to start off by saying I'm sorry for being a little absent. I was away for Thanksgiving, I had half a tattoo sleeve done, I had an eye infection and I didn't want to be on camera. A ton of different things. I had a cold that lasted forever and it was probably noticeable in some of my other videos. Anyways, like I'm finally 100% now and I feel good and I'm excited to make more videos because I am enjoying this and I want to stick with it. So today is going to be a pretty simple subject. I noticed I am due for an oil change. I have to change these wheels and tires. And now that I also have the wheels and the car up and everything, I can show you some of the parts under the car and go over the suspension and a couple of small details. But first thing I'm gonna do is change out these wheels and tires. Now I'm not gonna wash the car because it is filthy and it's raining if you can't tell, so it's pointless. But I do wanna get these cleaned up before I put them away because I do not wanna store these with that much brake dust. I want to quickly go over why I'm changing these out. If it's not obvious, they are clearly worn out. They're at the wear bars, and you could see specifically on the inside here, it's pretty much at the cords. And if you don't know already, that's from camber wear. More camber, yes, it's gonna handle better, but this is what you can expect. The inside of the tire is gonna wear out. This actually used to be the inside. What you can do with bad camber is take the tire off, flip it around so that the inside becomes the outside. Even with flipping them around, you can see the camber chew through the tires and the center tread is really not that bad. But that's the price you pay, and you have to kind of accept that if you want to go with a lot of camber. But the other reason is it's been 30, 40 degrees. Way too cold for summer tires, so I'm about to put on the all seasons after this. In this garage, there's a pretty clean Stingray, and there's this very, very clean SLK 55, I believe. Check that out really quick. I have driven this before. Really fun car. Yeah, it's 55. But anyway, there's some Civic wheels hidden in here, so I'm gonna dig those out in a second. Here's just a random, really cool GLC 43. Anyways, in case anyone was curious what a stock wheel, I think these are 8.5s, look like next to a 9.5. Well, here you go. Clearly a lot more tread left on these. These are my original 2020 wheels. I love the matte black. I've actually had some people tell me these look better than my stock wheel, or better than the aftermarket wheels, which I disagree, but not too bad for stock. Here's the first official look at my suspension, since I didn't get to show a lot of this stuff in my one video. But like I said, Genesis Coupe caliper, stainless steel brake lines, iBox sway bar, end links, white line ball joints, teams, whatever you want to call them, coilovers, and then same story in the back. Sorry everything is so dirty, but pretty simple stuff. There's your skunk exhaust. But I'm gonna throw on the wheels now. Before I put these wheels on, I actually have to put spacers on. Not only because they look cool, these are Garage Line, I think 20 millimeter, really high quality, no issues, but you need them in order to clear the calipers. That's one of the big disadvantages with these calipers, is that they're insanely wide. So if you want to use them with stock wheels, you have to use spacers in order to have enough clearance.
Super cinematic. Oh, yep, that's the shot.
There's three things you need for an oil change. One, an oil filter. If you're doing a 10th gen 1.5, this is the part number. Second, you will need one of these washers for the drain plug so that doesn't leak. And the last thing you'll need is oil. While I'm up here, these are my brand new set of tires for next year. Exact same ones I had as last year, except these have the optional heat cycling, which I'm curious to know if there will be a difference, but you can see some of the glazing from the heat that got into the tires. Really excited to get these on once it gets warm enough. Once you have the car in the air, first thing we need to do is take off this tray. On the temp gen, you're gonna have screws like this go all around the edges. All you have to do to take them out, turn it clockwise 90 degrees, falls right out. And then there's gonna be 2 screws here. Mine went missing, so I have a random 10 millimeter, so just take that out. Yeah, falls right out. First try.
That was easy.
Falls right out. Once you have everything out, slide it forwards, bring it down. This is the first look under the car. I haven't shown a lot of this stuff before. You can start to see the downpipe here, front pipe, both PRL, stainless steel clutch line, charge pipes, the intake, Passport rear motor mount, come all the way back. You see the rest of the skunk exhaust and the rest of the suspension from back here. A lot of the stuff, again, I went over in my previous video, but you can actually see it for the first time now. Something to hold the oil. This should be, oh shit. Get something to drain the oil in, any sort of pan, container, whatever. This is your drain plug. There's only one, 17 millimeter. Counterclockwise, crack it loose. I change my oil about every 3,000 to 3,500, which to some is a little excessive, but to me, I'd rather be on the safe side, especially if you're running your engine at high RPM for long periods. You're gonna wanna change it frequently. And you can see just how dark that is after it's been about 3,500. Real dark and gross. So, I think that's one of the reasons my engine has actually lasted so long. Because a lot of people say I'm pretty lucky, and I think it's the simple things like maintenance like this. Just changing your oil frequently, don't do anything stupid, and your engine will last a lot longer. They do make a special tool that will fit this oil filter, but I have an even more special tool.
That wasn't.
Cut it!
Up on aisle 4. Oh my god.
Watch out, oil. Slip, no lawsuits. Just crush it and then turn it counterclockwise. Loosen up right away. Like so. And dump the rest of it out. Perfect. Now just let the rest of this drain for a little more. Try to get as much of it out as you can. I'm gonna wash my hands. Still dripping a little bit. I'm gonna clean this off, just a rag with some brake cleaner on it. Clean the threads, get a nice clean surface ready for your new filter. All right, take your filter. Very important here. You have to lubricate the seal. So I just take a little bit of the oil that's dripping and I run it along the edges of the seal. Because otherwise, if you put it on dry, then there's a good chance your filter is going to seize on, and then you won't be able to get it off next time you take it or do an oil change. So make sure you have some oil on the seal. Thread it back on, and then all you have to do is make it hand tight. So just crank it down by hand. Ignore the oil dripping on my arm, and that should be plenty tight. Important part. Put on your new washer, just in case. You don't want it to leak. Wipe off the face, and then thread your bolt back in. And then when you tighten this down, make sure you don't make it too tight. A lot of people crank this down so tight that you can't get it off next time. I think the torque spec is like 30 foot-pounds, something like that. So just make it snug, and that's it. So from here, throw the shield back on, bolt it up, fill it with oil. Just real arrow.
Chassis mounted. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you guys do this with your splitter?
That's what I'm saying. Mopar owners, huh? Can you do that?
I didn't think so.
That's what I thought.
Did not think so.
Dude, I was actually putting like my full weight on there, doing like chin-ups. This is sick.
Are you serious? You jumped 6 times.
Dude,
How are you out of breath? the hood.
Insert angels singing.
Overexposed shot of engine bay.
Sunlight coming in.
Yeah, so this is the
All right, I need to catch my breath. Give me like 10 seconds.
do.
Okay, only difference with this and your normal 1.5 oil change is that this is 5W30, 0W20 is recommended. And the reason for using 5W30 is because with a bigger turbo, it's recommended that you run thicker oil. So RV6 says on their website that they recommend 530, therefore we're using 530. I've been using it for a while, no issues. What was the oil capacity? Like
3.7
3.7 quarts.
liters.
Quarts.
I think it's liters.
It's quarts.
Hold on.
I'm putting in 3.5 just
It
to be
says,
sure.
oh yeah, hold on. My fault, guys.
I'm putting in 3.5 to be a little conservative. If I need to add more, I can. I'm gonna start my car. Make sure you start your catless vehicle with the garage door closed indoors. So start it. Run it for like 30 seconds. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. You don't want to breathe that in.
Yeah,
Spicy.
I love the emissions of a 2020 Honda Civic SI.
Oh shit!
Catless.
Sorry, we should have put that. Oh shit! Hey, don't forget to put your oil cap back on, guys. Yo, cut that. Cut that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cut.
Yep.
Don't let them
Nope,
see this.
yep,
Don't let them
yep.
see this. All right, so just check your dipstick now. Pull it out. Clean it off. General dipstick rule of thumb. It's actually really tight fitment with this inlet pipe, but dip it back in, pull it out. I'm Asian, man, I can't see well. It's a little under, so yeah, I put in 3.5, that makes sense. Add 2 more gallons to your engine. It was just under half. Ideally, you want it to be like right in the middle of the dipstick.
Dipstick don't lie.
It's true, dipstick do not lie. Unlike these hoes.
Dipstick don't lie. Honda 2020 Civic SI.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got that, don't worry.
Why is there oil all over your
Get the
engine
brake
bay?
cleaner, dude.
No. This clip is like we slowly lost our minds throughout the filming of this video.
Speed run. Yeah, it's right at 3.5. Perfect.
Perfect.
Flawless oil change. Clean up all this oil.
And then I'll
Make
show.
sure it's not on camera.
Okay.
Easy oil change DIY. Do it yourself, save some money. First thing I like to do after my oil change is I reset my trip. So trip A, 3,500 miles. That's how I know how long it's been since I did my last oil change. So I reset that. Next thing you want to do is reset the computer for the maintenance. So go to vehicle settings, maintenance info, and then select items, and I just reset all new items. Reset, that's it. So your oil life will go back to 100%, and you're done. Simple as that. New wheels are on. Well, not new, but old. Let me know what you guys think. Oil's changed, basic stuff, getting ready for the winter. Like I said before, it's gonna be kind of slow in the winter. I have parts coming, not gonna say what, but I will have more installs coming up. I'll probably do a lot of general commentary about the car, questions, whatever. If you have questions, if you have ideas, leave it in the comments. I see all the comments, I'll respond if you have any questions, and I'll consider every idea that is put out there. Other than that, the car is fully sorted for now. So, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.